It would seem as if 3D technology is now capable of creating anything. Won't be long now before we're all printing our next home, a new car, maybe even people at one point. At the very least, we can use the technology to bring future generations more than just flat pictures or even just moving images. Sometimes a still life gets the point across quite nicely. Let's welcome to MidPoint the Chief Visual Officer at the USC Creative Technologies, Paul Debevec, joins us today. Paul, thanks for being here.
Hi, great to be here.
Paul, let's talk a little bit about this technology because you recently used the 3D technology to scan the president and create a bust and a life mask for the National Portrait Gallery.
Yes, we did. This is a collaboration we were invited to enter into from the Smithsonian's Digitization Program Office, run by Gunter Weibel, and we were able to apply some of our light stage technology to digitizing a very high-resolution model of President Obama.
Now, what is that behind you over your right shoulder? Is that just, I'm thinking that might be just a plant in the foyer, who knows?
No. So what we have here in back, we're inside our laboratory at the USC Institute for Creative Technologies, and this is our Light Stage X system, which we use to digitize people's faces. Somebody gets in a chair and sits in there, and special lighting conditions happen, high-resolution cameras take photos, and we can create a digital model of you that's accurate down to the skin pores and fine creases and every facial expression you can make. This gets used for training simulations that the ICT makes with photoreal digital characters, and occasionally we're hired by the movie industry to digitize actors, such as like Angelina Jolie or Tom Cruise, for digital stunt doubles in movies that need to look very realistic. And this is the same kind of technology that we use to scan President Obama.
All right, now tell us about the scanning of the president here, because apparently you did this in the White House, I would guess?
Absolutely. So we're very used to doing scans here in our laboratory, and we certainly have a home field advantage, but the requirements of this project is we had to take the show on the road. And so a very intense process and coming up with a lot of things, we figured out a way to take 50 light sources off of our light stage. This is actually one of the light sources that went to Washington, D.C. on a special gantry. These lights have different white LEDs in them, and we put polarizing filters on them, which allow us to optically separate the shine of somebody's skin from the subsurface scattering of the light that kind of, picks up the skin color inside. So we can actually get a really good record of people's skin reflectance properties. And we put this all on a mobile gantry with 8 of our highest resolution sports photography cameras and 6 additional wide-angle cameras in a way that we could get it into the state dining room of the White House right under the portrait of Lincoln and perform a scan of President Obama very quickly.
I only got about a minute left, but let me ask with regard to the consumer here, because I guarantee you there's people here knowing full well that you can print things now in 3D, you have the computers, you have the machines at home. How long before something like this is available, or is it available now where people could do something like this in their own home?
Well, first of all, 3D printers are absolutely available, and I think the lowest priced ones are like $500. It's totally an awesome and fun thing to do. Any shape you can download on your computer, you can print, including shapes from the Smithsonian. Go to 3d.si.edu, and there's models of historical artifacts, including the plaster casts of Lincoln's face that were made in the 1800s that you can download and print. And as far as our facial scanning technology, this is something that we've been seeing in movies, and the next generation of consumer video games will have very photoreal faces as well through our collaborations with the video game industry, including Activision.
Paul, this is absolutely fascinating stuff, and I can hardly wait until you get to the point where you can take newscasters and as we age, make us look younger just by 3D printing us. Please.
Stop by the studio. Well, let's get you while we can.
Please, please get to that soon, Paul. You'll make a fortune if you do that in the television industry. Reminder again, this is at the National Portrait Gallery. It is there, and the company again is called, Paul, please?
We are the USC Institute for Creative Technologies.
Look them up and check in what they're doing because it is a fascinating technology to learn about. Paul, thanks so much for being here. To you and your family and everybody there at the business, a very happy holiday season.
Very welcome. You too. Thanks.
All right, take care now. That's just fascinating stuff. I'm not going. You kidding? Wrinkles growing every day. Maybe it is time to do it. But it is time for the water cooler. That's coming up next right here on MidPoint.